Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now we're going to cover the front 9 wind angles for Pro Division of the Winter Major. So, I'll start off by asking everybody a question. You ever just had a day on this game that just no matter what you do, it just seems like you can't do anything right? Because that's how I feel like today is going for me, to be honest. One really good account on rookie. Second account, I've been having Wi-Fi issues at this house for a week and a half, so that cost me 1 shot on hole number 3. I turned all my Wi-Fi back on to upload the video to YouTube. What do I forget to do when I play the back 9? I forget to turn my Wi-Fi off. So then I get disconnected on a hole. So it's just like that's a mess right there. And then I go into Pro, and I'm doing the exact same thing, except without Wi-Fi issues. I've got one account that's sitting at a -12 at the turn. That's not good enough in Tier 3. And then I have this account that's at a -14. It's just like I cannot get it together today. But, I try to do the best that I can to give everybody a good concrete walkthrough, so you can see what I make and you can see what I miss, and we can put this thing together to have amazing scores for you all. That's the goal of the video. If you're not a subscriber, I hope that you become one. It would mean a lot to me. If you do like the video, if you find it helpful, if you can take just a second there to hit the thumbs up button, that would also be greatly appreciated. So let's go, baby. Hole number 1. Hole number 1 is tough wind angles because we get back-to-back headwinds. I will say that I played this 2 different ways. I played the first one, the first one with an extra mile, and I didn't like the ball guideline because I couldn't tell if I was going to go long on the second fairway or not, and I didn't want to accidentally roll into the rough. So you see here that I switched to a quarterback, and I've got a nice fully developed ball guideline, right? Let's double check. Yep, second bounce is on the second fairway. Plenty of room between the rough and the fairway. Fully developed ball guideline. And then what do you think happens here? Same thing that happened to me on my extra mile shot. I clip the rough, and I roll out. So, pretty frustrating way to start it. Obviously I wanted to get up higher to have a shorter shot to pin. But regardless, it was still with a thorn on the second shot. Now, the first time I played it 10% elevation, and I missed by about 3/4 of a green square to the left. And it looked like it was going to come up a little bit short. So I added 5% elevation to the shot because as I was looking at my replay with a perfect ball, I really thought 15% was going to do the trick. Like I was really confident when I hit this ball perfect, it was going to go in the hole. And what do you know? Got the speed right this time. So ball comes in perfect to pin, but still missed to the left-hand side just barely. So what I think we need to do is have our ball guideline going through the cup on the right-hand side of the cup. So right-hand side of the flag stick to get that thing more dead center for a drop on hole number 1. Okay, hole number 2. Everybody that follows me knows I like to play my own shots. But when somebody sends me shots, or if I get a bunch of shots sent to me on Facebook asking me to try something, I'll definitely give it a try. So 7 people sent me replays of a shot that Tommy posted today on his stream. And we all know Tommy's an excellent player, one of the best skilled players in the entire game. I mean, they can't debate that. So he sunk a hole-in-one on a rough bump today, which is a shot that I don't normally play here. I normally try to find that funnel and try to get the ball into the hole. However, a lot of people said that he made it, but they could not duplicate it no matter what they did. They couldn't get it to fall. So I decided I wanted to try it. Like, when people couldn't get it to go, like, it was almost a challenge. Like, okay, well, let me try. So here's the setup. Plus 8-yard mark with your quarterback. Ball guideline going to the hole. Notice that, the right ring has a little bit of that snow in it. So I tried to replicate to the T of what he did. And then when he finds the setup to the hole, he puts 0.2 backspin on and 0.1 side spin to the right, which is what I do here, and that's what the ball guideline looks like. From here, we pull 15% at max, and he uses power 2 numbers in his app, which I did. So You know, I pretended in my app that I was playing with the katana, even though we're playing with the kingmaker. And that's what both my shots look like. So, you know, I obviously did something wrong. But I did notice that his wind was much lower than mine. And I think he even had the lowest wind of any of the 7 people that sent me replays. So, you know, I don't know. Hole number 2, that was a little bit confusing to me on how he got it to go, but I couldn't get it to go. Maybe you'll have better luck. But that was the setup. Okay, hole number 3, pretty easy as far as this one goes. We're getting very nice wind. We're going to pull this 20% elevation at max distance. And then from here, we're going to be using about 3/4 of a curl to the right. And we get this thing up the fairway, and that's nice. All right. This is my nemesis. These trees hate me. I actually clipped the trees on my other account, which is one reason why I'm sitting at a -12, because that one screwed me up. But, you know, I learned from that mistake when I hop over to this account. And, you know, obviously I make sure that I play the right-hand side of this fairway, as you're seeing right here. Got my yellow ring like up against the rough line, even a little bit into the rough. Then I make my pull. I hit a perfect ball. I still come dangerously close to those trees. But, you know, for me, I'm taking this one as an eagle. This is a hard one to get the speed right for the albatross. Albatross is definitely possible. But getting the speed right on this hole is a little bit more challenging. Okay. Hole number 4 is 10% at minimum distance. Now, I will say on my first attempt, so you don't make the same mistake, I decided to play full left-hand spin and then put the ball guideline dead center to the hole. I missed it by about 1 full green square to the left. So on this account, you're going to see me go 2 bars of left side spin, about 2.8 back spin, ball guideline to the hole, as you can see here. So I took 1 full bar of left side spin off just because of how much I missed on my other account. We get the perfect ball again. And this one we still miss him by about a half of a green square to the left. So, you know, the advice I would give you here is to play the same elevation, but let's take another half a bar of side spin off of this shot. Take another half a bar, so 1.5 left, 2.8 back, because the speed is good. We do know that. Okay, that's going to bring us on to hole number 5. Hole number 5 is another one of those frustrating ones where I leave it, you know, dangerously close to an albatross, but I don't get it. But here we're going to pull this 10% at max. As you can see, I backed up my extra mile just to account for the headwind and to make sure that I could pull my rings accurately. Perfect ball. It's going to leave us for shot number 2. Now, shot number 2, I am playing this one at minus 20% elevation. We are treating this shot as if it's uphill. It's going to make us pull less rings. Now, my first attempt at this shot, I missed it significantly to the left. And for significantly, I mean like I missed it by 1 full green square. And to me, that's a lot considering I had the speed right. So I had the backspin right. And I had the ball lined up dead center to the hole. And I still missed it by a full green square. So I'm going 1 backspin, 1.5 left. So I took a half a bar of side spin off. But I decided to offset my shot here, basically with my ball guideline past the hole and on the right-hand side of the cup. And not in the cup, but the right-hand side of the cup. You can see 5.2 miles per hour. We're only pulling this one about only about 3.8 rings. So very low ring pull for that wind with a sniper. And I'll be darned if we still miss by like 1/4 of a green square to the left. So this is definitely a really good chance at albatross. I am very frustrated I did not get it on either of my accounts, as I believe that shot is definitely droppable and one that I feel that a lot of you will drop based off my misses. So just know to offset that shot a little bit more and you should be golden. Okay, hole number 5, finally get a ball in the hole on one of the harder par 4s to drop. We're We're going to gamble here. Sometimes you have to do that in a tournament. We're just going to let this thing fly. We're going to take out a Zerk. Going to go as much top spin as possible with 2 bars of right side spin. I'm going with a little bit of overpower. It's not even close to being max overpower. This is a controlled overpower shot. If you feel confident in your abilities, you could hammer this ball even further up with more overpower if you want to. But the most important thing for me was to land on the fairway and take shot number 2 with the thorn, because I was so close on my first attempt on my other account at dropping this shot. I was really confident that if I could get in the same area that I could make this shot, and I do. So 2 bars of side spin to the right, 20% elevation because I played it 10% on my other account and I missed by a hair to the left-hand side. You will see that I am also offsetting this shot to the right edge of the cup, and that's because this hill, this green, slopes from right to left. So I added elevation, and then I also offset my shot. And like I said, after I studied my first replay, I was sure that if I could do it, I could get it in the hole. You know, but heck, that's how I felt about hole number 1 too, and I didn't make it. But there we go, dead center, and we get this one to drop in very nicely for an eagle, which is going to take us on to hole number 7. Hole number 7, you know, has my frustration level high again, because this is a hole that has a funnel, and it's normally a really good opportunity for a hole-in-one, which I picked up in the qualifying round with about the same type of spin adjustment. You know, here the wind angle is a little bit different, so, you know, I changed the spin slightly. But as you can see here, my ball guideline is coming down the hill, coming towards the pin. And, you know, I kid you not, this happened on both my accounts, on perfect balls. And this one, I even decided to add left curl in the hopes that this wouldn't happen again, but it does. My ball gets stuck up here on the fringe. So, you know, again, it's just a frustrating day for me, because I try to provide everybody with the best possible content. And, you know, I mean, I'm far from being the best player in the world, but I just try to teach people, you know, a good blueprint to the hole, as somebody put it today in the comments. I give you a good blueprint, let you see the wins, let you see, you know, where I miss and how you can fix it. And, you know, it normally helps out people a ton. And I think this will too. You know, I just wanted to do better for myself, I guess I should say. All right, hole number 8, we picked up a hole-in-one on this one on the qualifying round. So I tried to do the exact same thing. Top spin with right side spin, getting my ball guideline to look just like that, pointing at the hole. Why I moved it around, I don't know. Don't ask me. Got in my own head probably. But ultimately, you know, I find it slight offset to the right, just like last time. Perfect ball. But unfortunately, we just catch a little bit too much of the deep rough right there. But we still easily roll out onto the fringe for a very easy chip in for another eagle. Now, hole number 9, you know, I only gambled. I felt like I just needed to go for it at this point in the tournament. So, you know, if you don't want to play this gambling shot, you know, I completely understand. But what you would want to do then is you would want to land up here so that you can use your sniper and use curl to get yourself to the pin. And that ball slopes. It actually gives you a nice chance for an albatross. It's difficult to dial it in. You kind of have to get lucky. This is the better way to go after the alba. So just make sure you bring your grizzly with you. But we're going to go full top spin, of course, and a couple bars of right side spin. For you players that have snow globe balls, Win 0, Power 5 balls, you'd be better off to use that than a berserker, because I'm going to have to go bombs away with a full overpower shot to get this ball to do what I want it to do. But the nice part is it does get where I want it to go, even with a great shot to the left. That's a small great, but we still lose power off our shot when we hit a great ball instead of a perfect. We hit the fairway, and then we roll out, we clip the rough, and we roll out into the fairway, which is what we were looking for. Now, you want to talk about a shot that's really confusing. Okay, this is tailwind. Like, you cannot deny that's tailwind. So I set my ball guideline up here. I use a little bit of backspin, some right side spin, get this thing aiming towards the pin, make my pull. I mean, what do you know? Like, this ball just comes to a stop, like 2,000 feet away from the hole, it feels like. Now, obviously, it's still easy. It's an easy putt to make, but it's like, come on, like how does that come up that short like that? Hey, anyways, I'm gonna try to put together a better back nine. We'll still take a -14 front. Like, it's good enough to get us to the finals, and then heck, who knows what can happen in the finals? Maybe we turn this thing around and we bring home a winner in a major. Thanks for watching. Best of luck. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up button. Let me know how you do.